What's up? What's up? It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. Trying to get up there to them 1,500 subscribers so we can go ahead and turn this Rico the Opinionist into a podcast on my YouTube channel. So get on over there. Y'all know the Cash App is always here popping too. $ Rico Rivers MSW. There's a story that I just saw. It's very sad, but also left me with a lot of questions. I put the link of the story in this description box on Facebook as well as on this YouTube channel. Y'all want to check out the story. It says freshman student drowns while on vacation with frat brothers at he's a freshman while at Lake Havasu. He was a freshman at California State at Fullerton. And so, and they showed a picture of the young brother. Good looking kid, brand new, gonna go out here and start college. Started college as a freshman. And so, and then they say in the story, he's with his fraternity brothers. But then I said, okay. And I looked up, and I kept reading. It said his fraternity, the name of his fraternity is, hey, what's up? Kids. Sigma Pi. Is it Sigma Pi? That don't sound like the band name. No, and then I looked up the fraternity. It was started in 46 years ago. I can't remember. I looked it up. Let's see when that damn fraternity was started. 46 years ago. Y'all do the math. So hey, Layla, what's up? Leela. And so, what the hell? And then I looked up Sigma Pi there at Cal State Fullerton, and all I saw was a bunch of Caucasians. Y'all still doing that? Y'all kids, you black parents of black kids still joining white sororities and white fraternities? God damn. And that's very weird. That's very weird. And we're talking about, anyway, yeah, that's another conversation. But yeah, we got black people with black children joining white fraternities and white sororities. That shit is, I heard it all. I'm out to turn out wind. Damn, wind. And so, this young man went on vacation to this lake, and in the story that you'll read, it said it was a wave that happened, and at least about 6 of them were down there, and the fraternity brothers were able to save 6 of them. And I don't know the race of them, but based on the pictures, there's hardly any black folks in that daggone fraternity. But he was allegedly pulled underwater, and they didn't find his body until about a day later. And I said, well, goddamn, why this sounds so familiar? And what are y'all teaching y'all kids about race? I know, there you go, Rico talking about race. Well, I studied Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and Brother Neely Fuller. It says race isn't white supremacy. If you don't understand it, or its agenda, everything you see would only confuse you. So, again, I guess for all you multiculturalists and intersectionalists out there, and love knows no color, and people are people. Great, I hear all of that because I'm nice to whoever's nice to me. But we're going to have to stop acting stupid. So, now, okay. A lot of black parents aren't sending their kids to HBCUs. But yet these same black parents are crying about the existence of HBCUs. Okay, you send them to PWI. Fine. Hey, it is what it is. But I don't understand that, okay, you go to the PWI, your children go to the PWI, supposed to major in a major, they're supposed to go there, but But damn, y'all aware that y'all children really get engulfed into the white side of the PWIs? You know, I wonder if he pledged a Divine Nine, would they be going to a lake fooling around like that? Or that part of the lake, it look like somewhere almost, what the hell is a Lake Havasu? The name didn't sound safe. But it's probably somewhere they knew. And I know his parents are devastated, and I'm sure the fraternity brothers are devastated, and everybody's devastated at this. But it's very interesting. Let me give y'all some examples to why I'm thinking like this. Do y'all remember the story with the black male? He went to Greece with like 5 or 6 other his white friends from his white university. Y'all, the video is probably still online. They were in a club in Greece, one of the whitest European countries. He's the only black dude probably in that club, and some white supremacists or just some mean white dudes. They got into it with a couple of guys that was with him. So the black dude stood up for them, and all of a sudden a fight broke out. Now the 2 white dudes and the white girl, they ran off and they left the black dude, and a mob of white folks chased the black male down, beat him, stumped him to death. They came back to America, left his body there, and they don't have any answers to why they left him, why they didn't help him fight. Then there's another case where this black woman went on for the weekend. She was the only black woman and about 12 white folks and their husbands, white women and their husbands. All of a sudden, that whole weekend, she's found raped and murdered. And none of them white folks had an answer to what happened to her. Now, she went with them. Then you had this black dude, I think he was Jamaican or Caribbean. He went hunting with these white men. And her husband, reportedly her husband, his wife begged him not to go. He went. And they treated him, according to reports, they made him run, and they chased him down and shot him as he was trying to get away. Almost like that Ice-T movie where they was hunting him down. And what else? Let me go to another one. Let's see. That is another thing. So what about that athlete that went to some part of the world in Colorado, or I don't know, some part? He was dating this white girl at his college. It was known that her family did not like his black behind, but he went up there with her for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and all of a sudden, he's the only Negro male. They went white water rafting on some boats. All of a sudden, I guess the boat allegedly tipped over, and she couldn't save him, and couldn't nobody save him, but he drowns. They all come from the fishing and boating trip without him. Y'all checking out the pattern here? What is wrong with these black folks? Y'all so multicultural and so intersectionality that y'all, who's raising these kind of black kids? Why do y'all go around white people by yourselves? But being around a crowd of black folks is a problem? And I'm not saying anything, I'm trying not to be disparaging. I'm just letting y'all know a pattern. What is wrong with y'all? Why are there so many blacks that when they're in these white environments, they're so trusting? And it never fails. They all go to a group outing and they all come back except for the one black person that went with them. I don't know, parents. You Gen Xers, y'all done so well living in your suburbs and attending your HBCUs and make plenty of money, made a great life for yourselves. You're supposed to. But I don't understand, how come y'all skip the topic of race and black love and black unity when it comes to your children? Why y'all try to say race isn't an issue? Well, do y'all teach y'all kids? Anyway, I'm sad again that another black person has mysteriously not come home after having left home with a whole group of their quote-unquote white friends. They all get to come back alive, except for the one black person, the lone black man, the lone black woman who goes off with them. Damn. It's almost like annoying. Like, how long Do we have to keep talking about this for us to understand? Dr. John Henry Clark told us we have no friends. But no. It's not about race. It's about the person. It's about character. Dr. King said, judge a person by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all keep believing that bullshit if you want to. And by the way, I'm cool. Whatever's cool with me. It doesn't matter your race or none of that. But I stick by the golden rule like every group does sociologically, man. Protect your own, build with your own and all of that. But, we live in a very diverse society, but we're not going to act like America's changed when it comes to black folks. And y'all need to teach y'all kids. When y'all send them off these PWIs and y'all think HBCUs ain't shit, but it was good enough for you, y'all teach them. Protect yourself. Don't be the only sprinkle of pepper in the bowl of rice. Sprinkle of pepper in the bowl of rice. Because y'all raising some real Oreos around here. And then it bites them in the ass. Anyway, that reminds me of RG3. I'm going to do a video on his little Oreo ass, too. Anyway. Rest in peace, young brother. Rest in peace to all those naive black folks that went off the only black person with a whole group of white folks. And how about this? How about this mother out here in North Dallas? Out here in far North Dallas. Her little black son in 7th grade or 6th or 7th grade getting bullied at school by white kids out there in Plano. This mama let them folks talk her son into having an overnight sleepover with the same little white kids that called him racial names at school, bullying him. And here we are, he on social media. They got him drinking pee out of a cup. Oh my God. So this white Jesus syndrome is kicking y'all in the ass. But I digress. Then she screaming bloody murder. Oh my God, the way they demoralized my son. My son was assaulted. Ma'am, who told you to send your only black male son to over these white folks' house? And about 6 other white kids there waking him up out of his sleep for him to drink pee. Excuse me, scratch my nose. All right, but I'm done. I know y'all don't get mad because I said it. But anyway, I digress. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Y'all be cool. We'll talk again in the future. I'm going to talk about RG3, old weird ass. Talk to y'all later. Peace.